Hello, welcome back to the Polite Way Basketball channel. I'm Durante Polite. So excited to bring you another great drill today. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, hit the notification button so that you can get notified whenever I drop new videos. I really like what we're doing today. As you know, I'm a big proponent of defense on the string. I've done a couple of videos. I know the last one I did was on a 5v5 shell. Not everyone gets down with the shell drill. I want to show you another way that we use defense on the string. This is a 2v2 drill. And really the purpose of the drill is to maintain gap principles when you're guarding off the ball and the ball either is dribbled away from you or your person begins to cut away. And then when they cut back out, instead of closing out to the person, you got to close out to the gap. And so having that string attached to your teammate definitely helps with that accountability as far as getting people in the right spot. So excited to bring that drill to you today. Before we go any further though, please make sure you check out this video from the Playbook Journal. It's a great tool for coaches to where you can draw diagrams and then take notes. I mean, it's great for planning practices. It's great for scouting, things like that. And it's also available in a lot of different sports, not just basketball. You have volleyball, you have football, you have tennis, you also have soccer. So check that out, and then we'll get to our 2v2 gap principles defense on the string drill.
The Playbook Journal is a great tool for coaches and players alike. With custom diagrams and lay-flat binding, you can chart your path to victory. Playbook perfection starts here.
The Playbook Journal, it just makes sense. So 2v2, top of the screen, blues on offense, whites on defense. Offense is going to set up like between the wing and the slot, and then between the wing and the corner, or the Warner area. That bottom person is going to cut to the block. White's going to defend that. Supposed to maintain their gap. We'll discuss all of that a little bit later. Then when the pass is, they pop back out, pass is made. Now the person that was on the ball, they have to run to the gap. And the person that just made the pass, then they would cut. I stop it here, but they will cut to the paint and then pop back out. And so essentially, when you don't have the ball, you cut into the paint and then you're popping back out. The defense is working on maintaining their gap principle. So we'll play it again so you can see. She's going to cut down, right? Pop out. Now I'm going to stop it right here. And the reason I stop it is that when she closes out, she closes back out from the guarding the post to that person going back out to the perimeter. She closed out to the person. But the problem is that they don't have the ball yet. You still have to maintain your gap principles. So she goes from supposed to be a full front. She has to go back out, close back out to the gap. And then on the pass, as that ball's in the air, then she goes and closes back out to the person that she is guarding. So here she's going to do a better job of that. Needs to close that all the way up. We like to front the post and be more physical. But the next defender, she does a good job. And then they run to the gap. Pretty good job there. All right, this next group. Now, here's where, again, notice how she's setting up. She has no clue where her offensive person is. So I can understand why some people don't like shell. So that's why we're doing it this way as well, not just relying on shell drill. And both of them, you cannot let the offensive player get underneath you. And so here I'm just telling them, like, when you're guarding the ball and that pass is made, you can't be lackadaisical getting to the gap, right? You have to hustle, run, get to the gap, get in position so that as your person moves, you're in position to account for that person as well. You always have to account for the ball and account for your person, right? And so in this drill, they're not stationary. So you got to work to get there. You can't let them get below you because then there can be a pass that's made to the rim and you can get beat on the layup. So here she does a little bit better job, right? And then close it out. So this one, they do a decent job. She's a little bit too deep in the gap there, and then they stay in the gap a little bit too long. So this is a pretty good job, right? As her person is moving, she has to move. My top person, she has to move a little bit sooner. All right, so she did a better job there of not staying in the gap as long. They were a little bit deeper in the gap than what I would like for them to be. All right, another example here. Again, we want them to be more physical down in the post. So we're going to jump back. So right here, this is early on in the season. We like the front the post. We're going to be more physical than this. We don't want her to give them that much room in the post to be able to get sealed up. All right. But on the pop out, she does a pretty good job getting to the gap. And again, where she didn't do so great is she has the, like, as the ball is moving towards you, then you can move towards your player a little bit more. So I want to make sure that makes sense. So as if I'm guarding in the gap and the ball is getting dribbled towards me, that means the gap is getting smaller, which also means the pass from the ball handler to my person that I'm guarding is a shorter pass. So as the ball is moving towards me, I can move towards the person that I'm defending and still cover the gap because the gap is getting smaller. If I stay in the same spot and then they make a pass to the person I'm guarding, I'm probably going to be later because it's such a shorter pass. I hope that makes sense. If not, hit me up in the comments. And then the same thing here. She's going to watch this. She stays in the gap a little bit too long because, again, that's if they're shooting and that's a shooter, she's going to get that shot off. Now we take the bungees off, right? And so again, I think anytime we do something with resistance, you need to take the bungees off, but go with the same effort, same energy. And right here, what I'm explaining is she let the defender got behind her. We're going to rewind and I'm going to show you that again. See, watch this. And I said defender, I meant offensive player. See right here? I mean, she's beat right now. She's beat. She has to move quicker. And she has to see both. Right now, she's ball watching and she's late. So that's why I stop it here. And I'm going to explain to her, like, as your defender is dropping, your defender moves, you got to move. They drop, you got to drop. Because if not, you're going to give up a layup. And so I think I might, yeah. So right here, as she goes to cut again, and see, I'm still maintaining my gap. Still maintaining my gap principles. And as they get close to the basket, you probably get a little bit closer to your man. But again, pretty good job there. The only thing I don't like is her kind of like diving in the gap. Because when you dive, you lean like that, then you get off balance. Okay, and then we have another one here. This group going to do a pretty decent job. Again, bungees are off. Cutting to the post. Need to be a little bit more physical there, but she gets back to the gap. Cut, maintain the gap, seeing both. Ready to gap there, recover. Pretty good job recovering. Here we just talk about when she goes to recover and close out. We don't want to give up middle. So when she goes to a closeout, she needs to get in position to where she takes away the middle. So then we'll have her do this again. And yeah, 2v2, defense on the string, gap principles. Let me know what you think. Awesome, man. I really hope you enjoyed that again. I hope you can see the value of defense on the string and that instant accountability. Again, for those people who don't like shell, this drill that we use is more in a 2v2 scenario, more like live, right? Defending in a live scenario where or realistic scenario, balls dribble away, you got to maintain gap. That tug helps you maintain gap because as they're going away, the gap widens a little bit, and so you need to be getting away from your defender a little bit more. But then also, when your defender cuts away, you're cutting, but you still got to be able to see just in case that drive happens and you're the person that's in help. So again, great drill. Let us know in the comments how you liked it, and we've been getting some pretty good communication in the comments lately. So let's just keep that going because again, we're a community of coaches. People have different thoughts, different opinions, and we can learn from one another. So I'm really excited to give you this drill and can't wait to bring you something else soon. All right, until next time, have a good one.